Ladies and gentlemen, our next guest is just off the Rankin Jordan Gala, where he was there with his lovely wife. Good morning, Andy Strickland.
Good morning, McGraw. Great to be here.
I will tell you that I hope you get down on your knees every day and thank God your wife not only married you, but still continues to talk to you.
Just acknowledges me when I'm in the same room with her.
What a lovely woman she is, man. Talk about kicking out kicking your coverage. Holy mackerel!
I think most of us probably have, right? But she is great. No question.
2 kids now?
3.
3 kids. Holy mackerel.
Yeah, one day you'll remember that, you know?
Well, the newest one's only a couple of months old, so...
The worst thing is this morning, normally I take my oldest to school. She's in kindergarten.
Yeah, she's the adorable one.
They're all adorable.
Sorry,
adorable.
Not that they're all not adorable.
So I take her to kindergarten.
But she's been in here more times.
Every day, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I had to go to a meeting this morning, so I had to leave, and my wife had to get all 3 kids out of the house to take my kindergartner to school.
Right.
Because she's the first on her bus stop. If she were to take the bus, I mean, she'd have to basically be at the bus stop by almost an hour before school starts.
Right.
So it's even worse to do that. So I kind of felt bad, the fact that she had to get all 3 kids out of the house to go take one to school.
You felt so bad that you just let her do it anyway.
Well, it was a one-time thing.
God love her. All right, let's talk a little Blues. So what's going on? What's the latest?
Well, they lost last night.
Yeah.
6-3 final, right? 6-4, 6-3, so 6-4, I guess.
Washington Senators, or the Ottawa Senators, are they any good?
They are good. They are good. Patrick Berglund scored that goal late, so it made it a 6-4 final. But, Ottawa's got some real capable forwards. They've got, some veteran-proven defensemen. They've got a superstar defenseman in Erik Karlsson, who's a 2-time Norris Trophy winner. So, I mean, they are a much better team than I think people realize. And they showed that last night. I mean, they've got legitimate forwards who, when given the opportunity, can finish offensively. Really as well as any team that we're going to see in the National Hockey League. Now, we're going to see the Washington Capitals on Thursday, the hottest team in the NHL. You talk about star power with Alexander Ovechkin and Nicholas Backstrom and company. TJ Oshie, obviously, on that team as well.
How's TJ Oshie doing?
He's doing really well. He's battled some injuries, but I think he's got 14 goals this season. He's a big part of that core who is going to have a real strong chance to win the Stanley Cup coming out of the East. Although we say that every year about the Washington Capitals, and they have yet to really be able to fulfill their expectations. This year could be a little bit different. But, getting back to last night's game, I think it was a real disappointing result. Obviously, they lost. But, coming off those back-to-back wins on the road, if you go back to last homestand, the Blues lost to Boston. Of course, they were down 4-0 before you could even blink. Then they go on the road, the first game in Los Angeles, and they pretty much get blown out. Never had a chance to win that game. I mean, there was a real sense of panic that was creeping in with the fans here, McGraw, in St. Louis.
Well, I don't worry about the fans' panic. No, they panic over everything. But
there was some tension.
Is there panic inside the locker room?
No, I don't think there's panic, but there was certainly some tension, after you lose those back-to-back games. And to see them rebound and respond the way they did in San Jose than Anaheim to beat 2 of the better teams in the Western Conference in back-to-back fashion in back-to-back nights on the road, which has been a challenge for this hockey team all season long. You felt really good about this team coming back home last night to face the Ottawa Senators. They, were able to tie it up. They were down 3-1. Shattenkirk gets a late goal in the, late in the second period. They tie it up early in the third. You felt really good. And then all of a sudden they gave up a 4th goal and really could never
What's going
on
with the goalie? People are freaking out over the goaltender situation.
Well, they've been doing that for about 50 years here in St. Louis now. I mean, that is nothing new about Blues fans and goaltending. Let's be honest.
Yes.
But, Jake Allen, he's been struggling. There's no doubt about that. And, you look at the 2 games he played. I mentioned Boston and Los Angeles. He's going to have to figure it out. Now, I'll give, Carter Hutton a lot of credit for settling things down. And that's the job of a backup goaltender, which is not easy, especially when your starter is really struggling to come in there and shut the door against 2 of the better teams, like I said. I give him a ton of credit. But at the end of the day, Carter Hutton, his job is to be the backup, not to be the number 1 guy. And I'm not so sure he is the guy to be able to carry the ball for an extended period of time.
You're a goaltender. I mean, he was great early in the year. He was fine. What happened? I mean, did he?
Well, it's certainly. I think it comes down to confidence. I think goaltending, we all know, is probably 90% mental. And, there are times during the course of the season where you're going to, face some challenges.
I mean, this is kind of the dog days of the season.
And it's a confidence situation there. You look at the goals that Jake Allen was giving up. We've seen Jake Allen play at a real high level. And to see him play the way he has the last couple of games and the inconsistency really that he's shown for a good portion of the season has come a little bit unexpected. I wouldn't be surprised to see him back in there tomorrow night to face the Washington Capitals. And I wouldn't be shocked to see him play a real good game. You're going to get a focused Jake Allen if he plays tomorrow night, considering that he's now watched 3 consecutive games after not playing well for 2 straight.
When's Hockey Sense?
Hockey Sense is Friday this week.
Friday?
Yeah. I think there's a Mizzou basketball game tonight. Willie, maybe you know?
There's a basketball game tonight.
Yeah, there's a basketball game tonight. You would know. You're the program director.
Yes. Program director, and yes, with all the power I have around here.
So Mizzou tonight, we got pushed to Friday, which is fine because, obviously the Blues play tomorrow, so we'll be able to recap the entire week. And listen, I'm excited for this game tomorrow, not only to see one of the
Tomorrow night here.
So
it's TJ Oshie coming back for the first time?
Second time, but not only to see one of the top teams in the NHL. If you're a hockey fan, you want to go down and see Alexander Ovechkin.
Yeah. Ovechkin's been around a long time, hasn't he?
He has been.
Is he over the hill? I mean, is
he
hanging?
No, he's still, he's as good as any goal scorer we've seen ever, to be honest with you, and certainly as good as anybody in the league right now. Just got to 1,000 points, McGraw.
I saw you do a period interview with the kid from St. Louis last night.
Chris Weidman.
Yeah.
Great kid. Friend of the show, a Hockey Sense. He comes and does the show live every single summer at O.B. Clark's.
Right.
And I was just talking to his dad, actually, Gary, on the way here. And, they still get a kick out of it. If you heard the interview yesterday, which was real, his parents still come down to Blues games.
His parents have season tickets to the Blues.
Yeah,
or whatever.
And they've been going to Blues games forever. He grew up going to Blues games that you would imagine. His brother plays professional hockey in the East Coast Hockey League, just named to the All-Star team, plays for the Indianapolis Fuel. But the entire family came down to the Scott Trade Center last spring for the Game 7 first-round matchup against Chicago. He was in the building. Now, we didn't talk about this during the television interview,
right?
But he told me last summer that when the Blues won that game, when Troy Brouwer scored and they won that game, finally got over the hump, got past the Chicago Blackhawks. It was so emotional for his mom that she got teary-eyed at the Scott Trade Center.
And the kid's playing for the Ottawa Senators.
And her son plays in the National Hockey League for the Ottawa Senators. But he's a great story.
That is a great story.
Yeah.
All right, Andy Strickland. Friday night, Hockey Sense, Fox Sports Midwest, sideline guy for the Blues games, and you're on with Martin Kilcoyne whenever he runs out of stuff to talk about.
Is that what it is?
Yes, I guess so. Thank you, Andy Strickland.
All right, McGraw, thanks.
Hey, Lord.